Hi guys, Luis here, estate agent in Central Portugal, today to show you a farm with an amazing habitation, this one just behind me, and I'm in São Vicente da Beira. It's a big village, a parish 20 kilometers more or less to the city Castelo Branco, and the parish itself, the village São Vicente da Beira, does have all that you need for your daily needs. Restaurants, pharmacy, bakeries, even public swimming pools, besides a big dam, barragem do Pisco, so Pisco Dam, very close by where you can eventually fish. So it's a big property. We are talking about almost 1.2 hectares of land with a lot on it, water, electricity, other sources of water for irrigation, vine, fruit trees, cork trees, pine, so a lot to see. Come along with me, let's check it out. And so guys, I want to start by the access road. Which, as you can see, it's this coming from the main road, which is public, this one, which is tarred and paved till the house. Okay, we are on the outskirts of the village, so from here to the village it's less than 5 minutes walk, but already with the house, with houses between. And this is the access to the property that we are now going to see. Very easy to understand the limits of the properties. A survey was done very recently, and we find those more recent landmarks like these ones around the limits of the property. And starting on our left, not all of the pine yard here, but around half of it, it already belongs to the property to our right. We will circle around the property and we will end our tour coming here, climbing here, so we will see that landmark, so I will shoot up. Just to explain that this small corner here does not belong to the property, so the limit, I believe you understand, is the right side of the road. And here where we are, you could even fence it or close it or put a gate on it. No one has access to here besides you, because here it's already private. So it comes from the public, which ends on the landmark that I showed you, and from here in it's private. It's already the property, again, besides this small piece which they do have access to the front, to the main road, or from the main road. So the property is in terraces. It's not a flat, boring property, okay? So it does have some curiosities along it that we will see, and several terraces going down. Right at the start, we have on our left these outbuildings, 92 square meters, and they are registered. Important to say that everything in this property is registered. This is urban for storage. The house is over there with a proper license for habitation. And another landmark here, and then from this one it shoots up to the other one. Let me zoom in, I believe you will see it. There you go, there. So straight line, and all of this is the property. So a lot of parking spaces besides the garage that we will have. But let me now, while we're here, show you some of the outbuildings. So all of this is storage. Here the roof is corrugated metal sheets with structure. The structure is in concrete beams, and across wood, but recent. This was done very recently. And here to the side we have a smaller one, where at some point it did had a fireplace here at the corner, probably for some barbecue eventually, or a smoke room to do some meat sausages eventually. And the floor is not wood, so the structure is cement, is concrete, because we do have downstairs, so these outbuildings do have 2 stories. One accessible through here with these 2 rooms, and beneath that we will see when we enter on the land. Let me show you this second one, which is this, a wooden storage. Here the roof also new, but this one is in steel structure with normal tiles on top. And where you see this column here, this is a chimney, because we do have a wood oven downstairs. Quite nice. And all of this will be the property, so a lovely and amazing vineyard stretched out, okay? pine area also on the right hand side with a lot of cork trees in between. Then we will have another terrace with an orange grove besides other fruit trees. Another terrace even with the olive grove. This tank is used for irrigation, being here at the highest point. Then you fill it up from the well or the borehole, then it goes down. So yeah, all very well organized. So quite simple to work with, this property. So, landmark on the corner, this wall belongs to the neighbor and this is the limit of the property. Some years ago, no longer in use, but this property that I'm showing you did had, and still has if you want to do it, a right of way from other properties, but then the way or the entry that we just used was done, and this one is clean but it's no longer in use. But you do have the right of way if you want to. If not, you can close it because this was only for this property and no others. So another landmark, and it continues on. This tower here was the deposit of water before having mains water, so you could demolish this, no problem. And because this is in a hill, I believe by now you start to understand that the first floor, it's a ground floor if you entry or if you use this entry there. Okay, and there we will have the attic. And while we are here, let us start by the attic and then let us go down. So the surface of the house is 128 square meters times 3, counting the attic. So a big house. So this is the roof. It's in wood structure with normal tiles on top of it. I see that recently some of the beams were changed. So it's to last from what I can understand. And this is a wall dividing like half of the house. If we walk this way, you have another space on the other side of the wall. So the roof may eventually need some update. I do see one of these, so some leakages here, so you need to attend someone to come and take a look at the roof, but it seems okay, but here and there at some points it may need some attention, but other than that it's okay. And from here we've seen those outbuildings. That's a neighbor there, and the property is maintained, so no abandoned things nearby. And on the back of the house the neighbor does have a vineyard, also maintained. And if we wanted, we could have gone and used this door here, but out of the purpose of orientation, let us go down. I believe it's easier. So the house is divided in 2 floors, as I told you. And even the public electricity came to here at that point, but this is private, okay? So 2 stories with 2 different and independent entries. So we have this entry here on the back. I believe you have already seen the other one. And here we have this access again to the main livable space, which is upstairs. Here we will find a storage room and a garage. The upstairs, of course, is completely habitable. Downstairs, it's never been a proper home, okay, but it's not far from it. So we have a main corridor, a bedroom on our left, and the floor is cemented alone, so you just need to eventually upgrade it and put a decent floor to finish this, and upgrade the windows, and you have a home downstairs. This is the second one, quite big. This is bigger than the other one. We have a service bathroom here. If you want a shower here, you need to put a water head somewhere around here, because this does have space for it. And at the end of the corridor, we have an open room, which was and still is the wine cellar, with abundant natural light from a window on this side and still on the other side also. So, a big storage. Wine cellar, or whatever purpose you want to give to it. You can do a kitchen here. It would be very easy to connect sewage and water here, because the kitchen from upstairs, it's just here, so the connections would be very easy if you want to finish this into a kitchen living area, for example. 2 bedrooms and the bathroom. Yeah, there you go, an apartment. This was the old tank where they used to store the olives or to make the wine. It could have those 2 purposes, and another window for natural light. But once you are here, I believe, just to explain the structure of the house, this is normal construction that even today is built like this. Concrete tiles, concrete beams across, and the cement tiles on top. And then it's finished on top of it. So modern build. Modern, but with 30, 40 years old on it, as you can understand. Very well, coming outside. So just to orientate ourselves again, ground floor with 2 bedrooms, let us call it bedrooms, a bathroom, and at the back, that big wine cellar. Still on the ground floor, that's the window that leads to the wine cellar. That's why you do have natural light. And another window to the bathroom. And here we have the storage. Remember that this part is against the hill, okay? So the ground floor is up there. So eventually this part here could get some moisture eventually, perfectly normal, okay? But for the purpose of being a storage, more than okay. You have electricity here for whatever needs you may have, like using tools or whatever. And here we do have a garage, a normal garage, okay? 3 sheet on the gate, you could open, you can fit a car here quite easily. There you go. Electricity also. Yeah, it's big still. So again, can be a garage, can be whatever you want to. Or you can create like a porch here to leave a couple of cars here at the shade if you want to, or leave it at the entry where I left them. So a lot of possibilities. You start to see some fruit trees. These are loquats. We find 5 or 6 loquats around the property. They are quite tasty. Not all of you know them, but trust me, you will love them. Loquat, there again. Very well, now let's go up. So we are using these stairs going up to the living quarters at the moment, but if you cannot, by whatever reason, use stairs, you can use the ground floor on the back of the house. So right at the entry we have a sunroom where the windows were already updated here on the sunroom, so double glazed aluminium with this astonishing view. Not too shabby. By the way, the house does have gutters. It prevents half of the damping problems on the houses. And it has a door there to the dining room, but we will go straight to the kitchen. So all of the house has these metal doors and windows. Ideally, I would like to see them updated, but here at the entry, both the door and these windows, these ones have already been, not the other ones. We do have another door here which leads to the big living room, but this is usually the ones that we use. So to the right we will find the bedrooms, and here we have the kitchen and dining room. So big kitchen, abundant natural light from the window and sunroom. We have a fireplace just there with a salamander. They even cook on top of it during the winter. But of course you could put those nice ones with glass if you want to. It's really up to you. The cabinets were upgraded around 15 years ago, but almost no use because this was a house that was inherited like 15 years ago and they do not live here. That's why, by the way, it's being sold. have no need for it, they just come every so often. And here we pass to the big living room, which can be dining room, sorry. I'm calling it dining room because usually next to the kitchen it makes sense to call it that. But it's also a living room because you do have size enough for it. It depends on the way you want to use your home, of course. Because you do have another living room which you can turn into a bedroom if you want. So the views from here, which are very similar from the ones we've seen up the stairs, just there. So those pines belong to the property. All of those corks belong to the property, and beyond those still 2 big terraces. And the vine stretches on till the vineyard, which also belongs. So all of this is the property, but we will take a look at it later on. So we have that door coming from that sunroom at the entry of the house. So it's a big dining room, paved in tiles, and here different one, but tiles also. Very well. From here we go to the bedroom area. We have a door, creating privacy, and right at the left we have the first bedroom. And this goes to the ground floor where we were. Now we have a T corridor, left and right. And here would be the main entry if you want to use this. So we were here. So if you by any chance don't want to use any stairs or cannot, you can create an entry here and then you are in your home. Also, a tractor to plow all of the property will use this and pass all around till the end of the property. We'll walk that part. So here on the left, a second bedroom, and good that they are furnished, you can understand at least the size of it. About the furniture, not all of it will stay, nor am I selling the property with the furniture, but some things will stay. It's not a selling point, it's just what it is. So that door is the one when going up the stairs entering the sunroom. We have this entry here. So this is the living room by the project. But of course, if you have need to create another bedroom or to have a big one, this is the biggest one. And you can use that dining room over there on the other side. Has a living room also, which I believe it will be what will happen. And yeah, the views to your place, completely private, first story. And all modern built, all cement, no wooden structures besides the roof. So let us count this one we've just seen has the third bedroom. I believe it's easier. Now fourth bedroom, all with natural light. This probably may be the smallest one, but still enough for you to, like a kid's room, for example, could work very well with a studio on the side. Quite nice. Yeah, the kid will love it for sure. And then bathroom and another bedroom. So full bathroom, where we have a bathtub with this protection, so the water won't come out. And it's a full one. So sink over there, toilet, bidet, and still space for a washing machine over there. And with on there. And this, by the way, it's a boiler which runs on gas to warm up the water for the bathroom. We have another one on the kitchen. They divided the two. But if you want to use full electricity, yeah, go on and change them. Or solar panels could be. So this is the fifth bedroom on this first story. So it's quite a big house. Quite a big house, 128 square meters per floor. So this is a biggie with the orientation to the property. And the ground floor, the floor, they are on carpet. All of these bedrooms. Besides here, the living room, which is linoleum, I believe it's kind of a plastic that it's glued. Very used 34 years ago. But yeah, all the others in carpet. So habitation is done. Let us use the same access that we used when we first came in. Well, let's go down. So we came from there. We have those pines which do belong to the property, outbuildings, the big tank slash swimming pool. Of course, you can put a swimming pool on the property. All the vineyard, the terraces in between till the end of the property. Here next to the house there is an old chicken coop. I don't know nowadays if I would put it here unless they don't make any noise, but eventually it could be a storage room. Ideas. And now I'm passing in between of the vines, but let me go up just to go to the limit of the property. So back of the house or front of the house depends, and this is the limit of the property, and all of this which goes down in a hill. Not a lot of angle on it, but still that's why it's terraced. And this is the access to a tractor to come and plow, to come and cut the grass. Even a small truck, a small vehicle could come and bring whatever materials you may need to reach other places around the property. And just to show you that the neighbor, it's a vineyard, so you won't lose any privacy. Quite beautiful with the hills and mountains around us. So here is the borehole, just there, which at the moment they are not using it even. They were telling me that the last time that they used it was 10 years ago, because they bring water for irrigation from a big well that we're going to see. They pump it into the tank and then they do the irrigation. And for the house they have mains water, so city water, so they have no need for this. But eventually you do have a reliable second source of water here. And the vines, as I told you, they are all aligned, so very easy to maintain. And of course, please do your own wine, why not? So I'm just going to show you there the second terrace, and then we will come back and continue on. Okay, let's see if we don't fall down. There we go. So quite an image, this stretch out vines. And here we have a terraced area in stone with another vineyard, which will end on another terrace with where the well is in the orange grove, and yet another one quite nice with the olives. And of course, in between all of these trees that you see in between the vines, these are cork trees, besides already these mature ones around, so this can be a source of income every 9 years when you make the harvest of the cork. So in here they grew wild, but they were allowed to grow. We have a small part with pines. That before this was also vines till the end of the property, but it was too much, so they allow this small pine yard to grow. So you can leave it, you can cut it, you can do whatever you want on it. You can even still see the cement poles. They were where the vines were stretched. And over there. And then besides this you have all of these are cork trees on the other end. So on the right side we have other gardens, but completely fenced off. But the property is not all fenced. Only this back part is fenced to the neighbors. Other corks, these ones are virgin, meaning that the cork was never harvested. I believe it's time for it. But the virgin cork, from what what I'm told, the value is never too much. It pays for the service alone. So landmark, it goes and cuts to another landmark just there, which goes again to another landmark here. So to the right is the neighbor, and I'm told he has a garden and he comes daily or every 2 days to attend the garden. And the dogs that you hear barking, they just bark while I'm here. Once I leave and you haven't heard them before, it's not an issue even. So this is the limit of the property. So this is the access. If you want to use a car to come down here to Las Terraces or a tractor, this is the track for you to use it. And the stone walls creating these terraces, quite lovely, quite beautiful, amazing even. So here, access to one terrace where we have the orange grove, and access to another terrace where we have the olive grove, having the limit on our right. They were just, the grass was just cut it a couple of weeks ago. That's why you see the flat terrain, quite nice. So it's a good day for us to come here and take a look at the property. And again, all of these terraced walls, they look amazing. Okay. So here, another landmark. It turns a little bit to the right. And let me just show you here the whitey, and here another one, and then it comes this way. So this down terrace, down here, this is the neighbors already. So this is the limit in the lowest part. So we have the grove of the olives here, again accessible by car or a tractor, with the beautiful stone wall over there. We will walk on top of that orange grove over there. And regarding a veggie garden, you have a lot of space for it. You can use all of this because it's easy for you to bring the water here, or the upper terrace where Mr. José now is attending some irrigation. You will see it. So wait a little bit till we reach there. You can use that also as a veggie garden, which is massive. You will not use it all, I'm almost sure of it. So here, from here, I believe you can take olive oil for you, not a commercial use, because you don't have olives enough. But I believe for a family of 4, you do have olives enough for you to take your own olive oil. So as I told you, a lot of cork trees in between, a lot of them, and grown ones. Look at this. So we have kind of a half terrace here. So this that stretches on is still part of the property. This is the orange one. So we came from there. Here we climbed a little bit, and here we find yet some olives, some plum trees, some apples, which are growing already. Quite nice. Some vines. So all of this area. And the right side, the limit is this line here, and where you have the neighbor. The neighbor is the lower terrace, so you are private from the neighbor. So the grove of olives does continue on. We have some other vines there. Big orange tree here. This is big. I don't know if this is that quality. They call it the Bahia, which is this big boy. And here a big lemon tree. If you only knew, 2 days ago I was searching for a lemon in my house and I couldn't find them. Look at them go. So you do have lemons, okay? And again, the terrace in stone, very, very beautiful. And the limit also. The limit is higher than the neighbor and the road, because here we have a dirt road that then opens to the left, then it starts a neighbor, but it's lower than you. So you are on the highest point of the property. You are the king of the castle, of your castle at least. So I believe here you can see the track here, which you do not need to use. Here, landmark, just there. So to the right it's already a neighbor's, and in a straight line to, let me zoom in to see if you can see it. The landmark is that white pole over there, which leads to the first one where we were and started to shoot the video on the road. So all of this to the left, it's ours. So these pines do belong to the property. And here again, as I told you, a car or a tractor can do it all. So all of these pines are part of the property. The house is just there, the outbuildings are there, but let us cross here to the left to see this amazing terrace. This is the biggest terrace probably, which is flat, completely flat, which is where we have the oranges. And it's being, some irrigation is being done just to help a little bit the trees. So they do a trench. This is what we call irrigation by flooding. So the water is coming from the tank that we are going to see, and then basically by gravity they just open the tap and irrigate whatever you need to do. They make these squares here, then the water will go in. Quite nice. So all of these are orange trees. Well, not all of them, because we do have some plums. This is a plum tree. Let me see if I can see a plum. I don't know if this is the time for them. I'm not seeing. Yeah, but this is a plum. And then olive trees. Sorry, orange trees, which stretch out till the end where we came down, where we had that junction. And here we have the well. So the well is there, and it's very deep, but with abundant water. And here it's a staircase going down, where the pump is, with the hose to go and get the water. Quite ingenious. And the well, it's covered. First for protection, then it prevents leaves and other stuff to go in. But you do have like a mesh here. But as I was told, they never ran out of water on this well. Never. That's why they don't even use the borehole. And on the right, it's a wall, a retaining wall, with the vines on top. Till the very end. These are oranges. So here I believe you have whatever space you want to do your veggie garden. Of course you'll find other trees in between, these olives and vines on the limits, and abundant cork trees. The cork trees is not even the money that it may bring, but they create a lot of shaded areas along the property, which is nice while you are working on it, and wildlife does appreciate it also. So this is a trench coming from the tank, then it goes down, and no electricity is being used for this. And we reach the vines again. Another plum tree, another plum tree. Wait, I believe I've seen a plum. There you go. Here, another one here. So yeah, vines again. Another fruit tree with cheese. Apple, I believe. There you go. And this is the tank. So the hose, it's open just there, and then how this works is you pump water, which the hose is there, from the well. You fill this up in one go, and then you open the tap and you can bring water to whatever part of the property you may need it. And of course, during the summer, clean it, and it's your plunge pool to cool down a little bit. Very well, so we've seen these upstairs outbuildings, those over there, and down here we have all of this. So here it's the pizza oven, bread oven, pigsties, and another storage at the very end. And here, much cooler. So this is the pizza oven or bread oven, where the chimney is going up. We've seen it. And this is an old system of a still. So to do brandy, fire that up. The still is not here, you must imagine it, okay? You put the grapes and whatever you want to do spirit alcohol beverage out of, and then it goes the steam to here, it cools down on this water tank, and then whatever drips out of here, it's alcoholic drink. There you go. Very well, so here pigsty 3 and 4. So if you are an animal lover, if you want to create animals, you do have space for it on the opposite direction of the house, so you have your privacy from noise and smells. And here another storage room, tool shed, whatever you may need it to be for. And again, all of this registered. Another fruit tree. Let us see if I can see. I believe this is apple. Yeah, but this is another one. So half of this is yours. And now, while we are here, let me try to zoom. I believe 1, 2, you see the landmark there, which leads to the one at the far end on the limit of the property on a straight line. And then from this, and this is another entry for a tractor, for example. It leads to the same entry that where we started to shoot, and it ends at the landmark. So straight line to that other one, this one behind us to the second one that we've seen, and this is the entry. What do you think, guys? So almost 1.2 hectares. It's 11,900 and some square meters. 128 ground floor plus 128 first story in habitation, all registered, all licensed. Another urban for the outbuildings with 92 square meters, so kind of big. Mains water, mains electricity, abundant water for irrigation, parking space, walking distance to a bakery, to a pharmacy, to wherever you may need, and still the dam, which I'm gonna lead you there with the drone, why not? Just for you to take a look at it, where you can fish, for example. So this is it, guys. Any questions? I'll leave my contact details at the very end of the description of the video. See you next time. Bye bye. Cheers.